What is going on, everybody? Tyler 417, and I'm here with the Week 10 picks and two quick notes before we start. I do apologize. Last week I couldn't upload my picks video. I had an insane week last week, and I really don't even need to get into it because I just don't need to get into it. And the second note is from now on, I'm actually going to do the actual picks and see. I'm just kind of doing a little test to see how it'll work. See if we get any more viewers or any less viewers. I was doing them in 60 seconds every week, and now I'm going to actually analyze each game and attempt to get it done in a decent time enough, to where it's not too long. Like last year, I was at like 20 minutes every video, but anyway, we're going to get this rolling now because I'm wasting your time. So here we go. First game is the Seahawks at Cardinals, Thursday Night Football. It's a big primetime stage for Carson Palmer for the first time, I believe, since the playoffs. Or maybe last year on a Monday night game or something. Oh yeah, last year Monday night, Jets-Cardinals. I think that was the last time Carson Palmer was primetime. Maybe it was Seahawks. I don't know. They always play a good game. They always play each other tough, and I don't know why people are saying Seattle's going to blow them out. Because they always play each other tough. And for God's sake, Seattle has got... Why does Blair Wall still have a job? I'm really trying to figure this out. Why did Seattle get rid of Stephen Hauschka? They missed multiple kicks last week against the Redskins. And in a game, they ended up losing by only a couple points to the Redskins. We saw what happened with Tampa Bay when their kicker Nick Folk, of course, couldn't kick a field goal to save his life against the Patriots. They lose by a couple points. The Jets kicker, Chandler Catanzaro, although he's not a great kicker, he missed like 2 field goals against the Falcons. The Jets lose by 5 points. So we see how important kickers are in the NFL these days, yet people continue to sign these bums. I don't understand it. Anyway, I got Seattle. Seattle going to Arizona on a Thursday night stage. I like the Seahawks somehow in this game. I feel like their defense is going to do enough to contain and confuse Carson Palmer, as they've done multiple times before. But don't be surprised if Arizona somehow wins. If Seattle, coming off that devastating loss at home, you never know what can happen. But for right now, I got Seattle winning the game. Jets at Tampa Bay. The Jets are 2.5-point favorites in this game. Tampa Bay has got to be the most disappointing team in this season, and the Jets, on the flip side, are the most surprising team this season. So in a game like that, and then on top of that storyline, you've got the Fitzpatrick and McCown team against former team, that kind of going off. It just makes for one compelling 1 o'clock game on Sunday. And a lot of people aren't going to be watching it, but it's going to be entertaining. So definitely check out the highlights. Right now, I got the Jets defense going into Tampa Bay and continuing what they started last Thursday night against Buffalo. I don't think they're going to sleep on Tampa Bay. I think they're going to come ready to play and pull it out. New Orleans at Buffalo. Now this is going to be a really good game because you got the Saints, the revamped Saints, who's been running off the defensive side actually this year. Surprisingly, their defense has been what the team is now. Breeze is always going to be Breeze, but their defense has really surprised people and has got them at a hard 6-2. Buffalo coming off that embarrassing loss Thursday night to the Jets. Give credit to the Jets and what they've done this year, but Buffalo, they had such a hot streak going, and it seemed like they're really crumbling as they have been over the past decade in mid-season, and I feel like it continues this time, but I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo wins at home. Everyone says, "Oh, Breeze isn't an outdoors quarterback. He's a dome quarterback." But we saw him win at Philly in the playoffs and just a few years back. So I wouldn't be surprised. And they've got a rushing attack in New Orleans now. Ingram and this other guy, I can't remember his name, but they ran all over Tampa Bay last week. And Buffalo just lost their nose tackle. You saw what the Jets, Marcel Darius, when they traded him to Jacksonville, I think it was Jacksonville. I'm not sure though. But the Jets ran all over them last week. I feel like the Saints are going to try to do that also and establish that run game early in the game. And I feel like Buffalo, even though they've got the 10-day rest, loses a heartbreaker at home and falls to 5-4 on season. Next up, we got the 0-8 Cleveland Browns going to Detroit, a city that witnessed an 0-16 team actually in the NFL. I think it was in 09, maybe 08. So this is an interesting game from that standpoint. No, I'm just kidding. Detroit is going to blow out the Browns. The Browns they've got no idea what they're doing this year. I feel so bad for Browns fans for sticking it, through. I saw this actual picture on Facebook. It's like, if you ever want a spouse to find in life, go to the city of Cleveland. They're the most loyal people you'll ever meet in life, and that's the daggone truth, man. The Browns fans for sticking through this year in and year out, this constant losing, constant depression every week. Yeah, I find it hard for me to do it as a Jets fan, but our pain is a little bit different, and I've gotten to that in different videos. But anyways, I got the Lions killing the Browns in this game. Yeah, I don't even know if Kaiser's starting or Hogan's starting or some other guy's starting or Manziel's back and he's starting. I don't know what's going on, but I got Detroit winning that game. Cincinnati at Tennessee. This is actually going to be a good game. Most of these games are pretty easy to call, but there's a couple good ones, and this is one of them, I think. You got Tennessee that's on like a 3-game win streak right now, I believe. They're running the ball well, and they're stopping the run, as noted by an analyst I was watching a video from earlier this week. They've got DeMarco Murray's running wild. Mariota's playing the best ball maybe he's played since he's been in the league. And you look at Cincinnati, and they've lost the games they've lost. They've been in almost every single game they lost ever since they got that new offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach that was promoted. They're in every game. They just can't finish. This is going to be another one of those. I feel like AJ Green has got a lot to prove. He got embarrassed last week. He tossed Jalen Ramsey on the ground. That's all everyone's talking about. No one's talking about his performance, how good he's doing. I feel like he's got a lot to prove this game. But Tennessee's done so well. I believe they've got, is it Malik Hooker? God, man, I need to study these draft picks more. But, they got some top defensive prospect in the draft last year in the first round, or maybe it was a receiver. Can't remember, but anyway, I feel this game is going to be one in the trenches. Like I said, Cincinnati's got a lot of talent, and so do the Titans. The Titans have been able to run the ball so well. If Cincinnati can get Geno Atkins, Carlos Dunlap, and company, and Vontaze Burfict to step it up, man, stop this run game. And Cincinnati's defense, that's going to be the key to win this game. But as I see it right now, I got Tennessee winning. I feel like Tennessee's playing, like I said, they're playing great ball. And Cincinnati's just continuing to spiral downward. And if they don't win this game, it might be it for Cincinnati. And I feel like that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. Green Bay at Chicago. Speaking of teams spiraling downward, Green Bay, good God, man. This is the good thing about being a Jets fan is, 1 year, if one player on my team goes down, it doesn't destroy my entire team's success. See, I'm out. That's a good thing about us over the years. We haven't had a franchise player in so long. It sucks at the same time that we haven't had a franchise player, but when you've got a franchise, a team, one player going down doesn't kill your season. But for Green Bay this year, it's been that. And everybody knows that. They're a completely different team without Rodgers. You saw Brett Hundley getting completely exposed this past week, actually on Monday Night Football against the Bears. Against Detroit. I actually thought Green Bay was going to win that game, because of how freezing cold it is in Green Bay. And the home field advantage, I thought it was going to play somewhat in the fact, and Brett Hundley with the lights on was going to shine and, show the world why he was drafted out of UCF. But he just completely let me down, and they got exposed. And now they're going to Chicago. You can say what you want about the Bears, but they've got a great home field. Soldier Field, and this is just a bad situation for the downward spiraling league, the Packers and everything like that. And Chicago beat Pittsburgh, and they beat Carolina this year in Chicago. There's no reason why they can't beat Green Bay, a division rival, at their house. And they're trying to get back, and they're trying to get in that wild card race. So watch out for Chicago. Trubisky has got this team playing really well, and I feel like he gets it done here. Chargers going to Jacksonville to play the Jags, who are 5-3 and much alive in the division race for the AFC South, and as well as the wild card, and actually in sole possession of the sixth spot or the fifth spot right now. I believe the fifth seed, but a team that my Jets beat thankfully. So if it ever comes down to that at the end of the season, we got that tiebreaker over Jacksonville. But no, this is going to be a great game because you got Rivers. The Chargers are on a win streak somewhat too now. I think they've won 3 in a row. Jacksonville's one is more of an inconsistent team this year. They've been back and forth. You saw them blow out Pittsburgh and lose to the Jets and then lose to the Titans, I think, or blow out the Texans, something like that. They've been back and forth this year. But I feel like this game, it being the long plane ride that Phil Rivers has to take, he never plays well on the other side of the country. When he has to take that plane ride and going all the way from Los Angeles down to Jacksonville. Jaguars have been at home the last couple weeks. I feel like they're going to play well at home in front of their home crowd and keep them rolling. And Jaguars are going to go to 6-3. Believe it or not, the Jags are going to have 6 wins out of 9 games for the first time in like forever. This is freaking awesome. Jacksonville wins. Vikings at Redskins. We saw what Washington did last week. Their backs were against the wall. You can say what you want about Seattle's kicker missing all those kicks, but their backs were against the wall, and they were able to win in Seattle. And they're playing another great defense, but this time they're at home. And I think Case Keenum's getting the start again for the Vikings. The Vikings are a team that's been hot. They've won like 4 in a row. They've won 4 in a row. And it seems like they've got that division on lock, the NFC North, but that you see they've got the Lions trying to keep pace. I think the Lions have got 5 wins, maybe 4. But Minnesota's going to have to win this game to try and pull away. But Washington is trying to get in that wild card race. Then they got their 4th win last week. I think they're 4-4 right now. But the Redskins can't lose at home this game, and I feel like Kirk Cousins does enough. That Vikings pass rush is going to try to penetrate that beaten up Washington offensive line, and it's going to be a game that has to be won in the trenches. But I feel like Washington's. I feel like Kirk Cousins has another great game, and in front of the home crowd, the Redskins win and get to 5-4 in the season. Pittsburgh at Indianapolis, and it's funny that we're going to this game right here because everyone's like, oh yeah, Pittsburgh's got this conference. It's Pittsburgh, New England. Those are going to be your top 2 guys yet again. Hold on, guys. Hold on for a second, because this Pittsburgh team that you're pushing right now is the same Pittsburgh team that year in and year out does the same crap. They get this nice record. They beat all these top teams, but the teams that they're supposed to beat, they get whooped against. You saw they lost to the Bears, and their only 2 losses this year are to the Bears and the Jaguars. No disrespect to Jacksonville, but Jacksonville was in Pittsburgh and blew out Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, picked them off 5 times. And the Bears also beat Pittsburgh. That was in Chicago, but still, man, I feel like this is a trap game hard for Pittsburgh. They're going to Indianapolis. Everyone's talking about Pittsburgh being in the AFC Championship game this year. They're feeling high on Pittsburgh. But watch out, Pittsburgh. Tomlin has done this year in and year out and had them lose, not ready to play against these teams that they should beat. So watch out for this game. But right now, I got Pittsburgh winning, but watch out. Texans at Rams. Back to another team that's spiraling downward, and another easy pick this game. The Rams are going to kill Houston. You saw they lost Deshaun Watson last week before the game against Jacksonville, or against Indianapolis, I believe. Such a sad thing to happen, man. This whole year for Houston has been sad, really sad, minus the Astros winning the World Series. Thank God for that, because, you got the hurricane that started at the beginning of the season. You had J.J. Watt going down in like the first or second week of the season with a season-ending injury. And now Watson, the only thing that was keeping Houston relevant and the guy that was making a case for maybe MVP just goes down on an injury, man. Season's over for him. Very sad. But last week, they got exposed, and the Colts were able to beat them, I believe. But very sad. But I feel like that downward spiral is just going to continue to fall for Houston. And this game is not easy by any stretch of the imagination for them to actually contest in. It's just getting harder. They're going to Los Angeles to play the hot Rams, who arguably, Sean McVay, I believe he's another young coach, who should be making a case for coach of the year. He's got the Rams, a team. They have a quarterback. They had all this, Todd Gurley and everything like that, but everyone wasn't expecting much of them, and they're exceeding expectations this year, and they're actually leading that division by a game or two over Seattle. So I feel like the Rams are going to win this game, but it's very sad for Houston, man. Giants at San Francisco, another 0-8 team, and the Giants, a team that continues to disappoint people. But I feel like the Giants are going to somehow edge this game out in San Francisco. The Niners, I don't even know, is it CJ Beathard? Is he still their quarterback? I'm not even sure, man. But the Giants are going to find a way to win this game. I saw my Jets go down to San Francisco last year. We are having a terrible season. We were able to beat the Niners. So I'm pretty sure the Giants can do it. I hope so, with Eli Manning at quarterback. But I'm starting to wonder, at what point do the Giants put Geno Smith in or somebody else, to see, what they've got for the future at quarterback? Because no one talked about it before the season, but you've got to look at the future for the Giants. Eli's coming close to retirement. I hope they're thinking about him retiring. I hope he's thinking about it. But come on, man, Anyway, I got the Giants edging that game out in San Francisco. The Niners are fighting. Garoppolo, I need to make a statement on that. The Niners do got Garoppolo, so I believe they're actually going to let him start this game. I'm not sure if he's starting, but it might be his first start. So who knows? Actually, now that I think about that, this game can go either way. If Garoppolo plays, the Niners just might win. But we'll see what happens. Cowboys at Falcons, a 4:30 game, I believe. This will be a good game. Atlanta, I feel like this is the game, and I'm going to say it. I feel like this is the game that Atlanta kickstarts their offense in. And I've said it a couple weeks in a row now, but I feel like more than ever, this is the game that their offense gets kickstarted. You saw what Dallas did last week, I believe, to the Kansas City Chiefs offense. You saw that explosive play with Tyreek Hill right before halftime and right after halftime. I feel like Atlanta's going to, Dallas won that game for the most part and shut down the Chiefs offense. But those two plays has got to get Atlanta excited because they're a big play offense. They've got to get back to what they were doing last year. Steve Sarkisian, I don't care what system you run. You have got to pull something from last year that the Falcons did to score 40-plus a game. There's got to be something that your stupid mind, ignorant mind, can throw in the playbook for the Falcons to be able to get back and rolling again this year. I feel like this is the game. Dallas's defense is extremely suspect, people. I'm telling you, they got Sean Lee. He's a great player, but this defense is suspect, and Atlanta is going to expose them in this game, and Atlanta is going to win and beat the Cowboys. Get ready for that game. That's got me pumped up, man. I'm excited. Right after my Jets play Tampa, I'm going to actually watch that game. Heck yeah. New England at Denver, Sunday Night Football. The one game the Patriots a couple years ago were 10-0 going to Denver in a snowy game. I believe it was a Monday Night Football game, and Denver actually won with Brock Osweiler at quarterback. Here we go again. Same situation, Brocky. You going to be able to do it? This New England defense is even worse now. No, he's not going to be able to do it. This Denver team is just bad. They're really bad. And you saw the Eagles drop 50-plus on them last week. What do you think Tom Brady's going to do? You think Tom Brady's going to do, people? New England's going to win this game. Sunday Night Football. Boring. All right, Miami at Carolina. Monday Night Football, last game. The Dolphins actually were competitive with Oakland this past Sunday night. Why does Miami have two straight primetime games? And I don't want to hear everybody say, "Oh, Miami made the playoffs last year. They were the 6th seed." Stop. Give me a break. Miami's a bad football team right now. They got a Jay Ajayi. The only thing that really anybody knew about Miami's offense besides Jarvis Landry was Jay Ajayi. And now they don't have him no more. You know, and I believe Jay Cutler's starting again at quarterback for the Dolphins. Of course, on primetime, Jay Cutler gets 2 primetime games. The Jets have won this entire season. Come on. Carolina's at home. They've already lost a crucial game at home this year, I believe, to the Eagles on Thursday Night Football in primetime. I doubt they lose another one. And Luke Kuechly's playing great football ever since he came back from his concussion. And I don't know if Greg Olsen will be playing this week or next week. But I feel like Carolina knows they've got to win this game. And Miami is going to get exposed yet again. And Carolina and Cam Newton win in prime time to end the week. So I'm going to run through all my picks real quick. Good God, 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes. Seahawks, Jets. Seahawks over the Cardinals, Jets over the Bucks, Saints over the Bills, Lions over the Browns, Titans over the Bengals, Bears over the Packers, Jaguars over the Chargers, Redskins over the Vikings, Steelers over the Colts, but watch out. Rams over the Texans, Giants over the Niners, but watch out for Garoppolo. Falcons over the Cowboys, Patriots over the Broncos, and the Panthers over the Dolphins. That was your Week 10 picks and 22 minutes. Oh, God. Nobody's going to freaking watch this crap. If you watched it, give me a like, comment, subscribe if you want to. You know it is what it is. You heard it first from Harley.